Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So this week's feature match is Security Control versus Eosmon. We thought Eosmon would have a pretty good matchup to Security Control just because it slams down tons and tons of bodies, doesn't really evo into big stacks or anything like that, so it has a pretty good matchup against Security Control. And boy were we right, this single game is insane. It is probably the longest we've had on the channel ever before, and wow, is it a nail biter. This is an awesome game. I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget our memory marker this month is going to be the Egg of Miracles. I got that wrong last time. It is the Golden Armor Egg. This is for your Magnamons here. Super awesome. This is our prototype that we have so far. What we'll do is we'll take a mold of this and cast it, so then all of our finished products will all be resin copies. So we'll have hopefully a working resin copy here very soon once we get this finished up. It is a very long and slow process. Also, if you'd like any of our previous memory markers we've had on the channel, check the coffee link in the description below, and there you can get access to all of our previous memory markers with a few updates to them. The benefit, though, of getting the memory marker through Patreon is you get it a whole month early before it ever even goes live for sale on Coffee, as well as, depending on the memory marker, you can get them cheaper if you go through and get them on Patreon, because Patreon has the shipping included. Alright, so we got Eosmon going first here. They're going to Digivolve their baby there into Wormmon. That's the baby if you attack another Digimon that you can draw one. Just trying to help the draw power in this deck out a little bit. And then they're going to go into the level 4 Eosmon instead of hard playing it here. So just to kind of choke the memory a little bit on the opponent there. So just kind of starting out slow. Don't want to go too big too fast. Yellow, though, or Security Control, is going to go into Upamon and then Salamon immediately, so getting some early draw power going. And then, speaking of draw power, we see the new Cordramon getting played to draw 2, so a 6 play cost, draw 2. Pretty awesome. Vikemon, eat your heart out. Or Zudomon. So then we got Eosmon here. They're going to Digivolve into the level 5. Now this does turn on the level 4 Inheritable, which will allow them to play a White Tamer, or yes, a White Tamer from hand. The level 5s, when attacking, allows it to play another level 5 from hand. Hits into a Cordramon, another Cordramon, so more draw power. And then they're going to just pass turn by dropping a Kabuterimon here. So this is going to be the 5,000 DP blocker, which I am still hard against, and especially here, seeing it in this matchup, those 5,000 DPs are going to match with those Cordramons there. So he is going to go ahead and block here that Cordramon, so they will both die. If that had been a Woodmon, actually would have been in a much better position overall. Does decide to swing with the second Cordramon here. This is what I'm really liking about the new Security Control is, with all these security Digimon that you're going to have, you can really just kind of go like super aggressive with all the security Digimon and kind of can play a much quicker game. Here we do see the memory boost get played. So this is reveal the top 2, add 1 to your hand, and then recover the other one into your security. Did decide to play that instead of swing with the Salamon. They did need to keep a yellow in play here. Does decide to swap out those, though. Goes for the Magna Angemon into security, just judging off of those level 5s that are on field. It would actually be able to delete one of those if it got swung into, so it decides to go with that instead. And looks like, of course, they're going to go ahead and swing into it. Here we see another level 5 get played for free off that when attacking ability. So we do see the loss there, but not the worst. That is kind of the point of this deck. Here we're going to see another level 5 swing. Going to trigger that level 4 Inheritable again, playing another White Tamer for free. Hits into a Magnagermon, though. 10,000 is going to definitely clear him off the field. So, going to drop another Kabuterimon for 6. Puts the Security Control at 5 here. Now, they are starting to make good headway here. Playing all those level 5s for free is definitely helping Security Control out tremendously. or Eosmon out tremendously. Security Control, though, is going to go into another Salamon already, having tons on field. But they are at that Prime 3 security slot, so they will drop that Magnagramon to recover 2. That'll also give Security Control another body on field that can get past the blocker without issue, so allows Security to go on the offensive a little bit more here. Here we're going to see Eosmon's Tamer here, which is its Memory Fixer, and not going to get to play the trigger off of it here. They're going to hard play a third Kabuterimon to pass the turn, or takes them to 0, then they have to just pass turn with no more resources left in hand. That is a major bummer for sure. Security Control going to promote up that Salamon, though. Wants to probably get aggressive, but with 2 blockers on field, that's just not really a viable option. It doesn't seem. Does decide to block the Magnagramon, which is a bit of a surprise there. Here we're going to see Yeller. They're going to play out that new Joe, or Izzy and Joe. Got to get a black on field because most of the removal options for this Security Control are all black options. So need to get those live as soon as possible in the hand. Eosmon going to go into the Morphomon there in the raising area. Finally does draw into a rookie. Swings with the Eosmon to play another Eosmon from hand. And then we will see the Manoa trigger here. So an Eosmon was played, so you get to reveal the top, I believe, 4 or 5. And then you get to add an Eosmon to hand. Or is it only 3? Okay. So reveal the top 3, add an Eosmon to hand. So when an Eosmon is played. And then we'll see that security check off that swing. Here we see a tactical retreat get hit, which is a simple recover 1, so a very solid option. Just, yeah, I mean, essentially it's just a holy wave in security, which is, always fine. Does decide to simply pass turn, though. Does not have a whole lot of hand resources, pretty limited. Security Control draws into a third Salamon, so they are on fire drawing those rookies. There's only the 4 rookies in deck, so drawing them so fast is pretty awesome. We're going to see that Magnagramon swing in again here. Looks like they do decide to block again, which is really unfortunate. So we're going to see the Iron Fisted Onslaught here, which is delete everything on the opponent's side of the field with the highest DP. It's DP or play cost. I think it might be play cost. But either way, both Eosmon level 5s are going to get deleted. So probably should have let that attack go through and not have blocked it. Alright, they are going to promote up that Morphomon here. Swing into security. They could swing into the Magnagramon, the Magnagramon deliberately to draw 1, but decides against it. Here we're going to see a Terriermon get played. This is going to go ahead and shut down that memory boost option card that they have. And then they're going to go ahead and pass turn. And then the Izzy and Joe is going to bump Security Control up to 5 memory. They can do a lot with that. And then there's 4 Digimon on field. No blockers in their way. None of those Upamons are live, though. Neither are the Salamons. So they will not get, if they crash into security, they won't get any kind of value other than a simple security check. Here we see the option card, Cutting Edge, almost trashes it, decides to go ahead and play it, though. We will see the Eosmon get dropped, another level 5 here for free, and we'll also suspend the Manoa at the same time. But that option card will allow a Digimon to get deleted who has a DP less than the Eosmon that gets played. So goes ahead and deletes one of those other Salamon that haven't attacked yet. And then the Manoa will go ahead and trigger. So again, revealing the top cards of the deck. Here we're going to see the Mega get revealed. So that's a pretty obvious choice, I would say, overall. Does reveal the level 4. As well as another Mega. That's pretty brutal. So nothing like sending your Mega to the bottom of your deck. That's major ouch. So it's going to take a while to draw back into that, I would imagine. And it's still Security Control's turn, even though Eosmon is doing a whole lot of plays on its own turn. It's a pretty interesting deck overall, I would say. Hits into a Terriermon in security, so that will kill the Salamon. And already down to a single security super fast. Here we're going to see Gwalt Schwarmer get played, and this is going to delete everything with a 7,000 DP or less. So Security Control is going to lose one Digimon that has already swung for the turn, so did get a security check, and then gets to delete the Eosmon's entire field. I think we do get to see a Morphomon get triggered here on deletion. Pretty much all of the Eosmon rookies are on deletion, because most of them you're not going to be Digivolving on top of. Normally, every so often it does happen. Just checking again, seeing how many need to get revealed off the top. So many Eosmons, just an absurd amount of level 5s. Look at that. So that definitely helps bringing that Mega back up to the top, though. Every time these effects are triggered that send stuff to the bottom, that moves that Mega back closer and closer to the top. Because, against security control, sometimes it's pretty nice having multiple security attack. Sometimes it does depend, as some situations you might not want to do that. So that's going to kick it back over to Eosmon's turn here. They do seem to be having a bit of a rookie issue here, but again, that's not necessarily how the deck is designed to be played. So drawing a bunch of rookies isn't normally like a must. We'll see another level 5 get dropped here. Suspending that Manoa to help, again, dig deeper. So dig into those cards they need desperately. They do have a Mega in hand already that they added before. And then we see another one. So this will put the, the third Eosmon copy. So we've seen one. Have we seen one get played yet? No. We've seen 2 added to hand. And then 1 is at the bottom of the deck somewhere. They are going to Digivolve for 5 into that Eosmon. It's a shame that you can't reduce the Evo cost, but it is a really, really awesome effect. So he's going to add 1 Eosmon from trash for every Tamer in play on both sides of the field. If you add 2 or more, you get a Papa Digimon, so it goes in and clears that Magnagimon. So even though they're passing turn, they do clear the field on security control, which is very important. But that is a massive Eosmon, and I believe it's for every 3. We did have some technical difficulties there. My internet crapped out for like a whole day, and we had to come back the next day to finish this. Thankfully, it auto-saves pretty regularly. So here we're going to see the memory boost get played again, and going to add the Holy Wave to hand, and then the Ultimate Flare to the top of the security. So as soon as that Eosmon swings in here, doesn't matter how much security attack it has, it's going to get de-digivolved and basically cut its attack right there. Now, it will be still strong enough that it's not going to stop it, or kill it, I should say. So that is pretty important. Does draw into a nice Wormmon there, though. I'm sure they can definitely appreciate that. Goes ahead and swings, though. Knows what's coming. Doesn't want to play anything else out on field that could maybe possibly risk getting deleted. Does trigger that level 4 Eosmon that they put at the very bottom there to play another White Tamer. So there we see the Ultimate Flare trigger. De-Digivolve 3. Which will take it down a pretty decent amount overall. So it looks like there's 2 level 5s there left, and then that 1 level 4. Just it starts to add it to hand for some reason. Sometimes Tabletop Simulator can be a little glitchy. Then slams down yet another level 5. This is going to go ahead and trigger the Manoa. Unfortunately, we're pretty positive you can't play both. You can't trigger both at once. It's basically, it's going to miss timing. Now you can do multiples in one turn as long as you keep playing them. So they're going to add an Eosmon to hand there, and that will pass turn. Now a second Eosmon on field means there's 2 bodies, so that Izzy and Joe gets a little bit extra memory boost. But here we're going to see another Iron Fisted Onslaught, which will clear that field once again. So both of those Digimon are matching in DP on the opponent's turn at least. Now on your own turn, that Eosmon level 5 gives a plus 1,000 DP buff. So that's pretty important to remember for later. Goes ahead and promotes up that Wormmon. Decides to go ahead and swing in here just to see. You don't want to hit anything into security after you played something. Hits into a Wyvern Burst, so that will delete that Wormmon. And once again, we get to see more digging action. So I believe this is add any level 4 or 5 Digimon to hand. So again, when your deck is filled with level 5s, it's pretty easy to hit off that Wormmon. And then here we're going to see that Eosmon get dropped here. and once again trigger the Manoa. Starts to give for the Izzy and Joe, but then realizes that he only has the one Digimon on field, so Izzy and Joe is not live this turn. Believes he doesn't get to add anything, but had to go and correct. You can add any white tamer. It does not have to be Manoa specifically. So goes ahead and adds that TK and Matt to hand. Now the TK and Matt, you're not going to get any security attack bonuses going here, but you can really start to amp up on the amount of memory gain that you can get against a lot of decks. A lot of decks are running a lot of megas. So as the only other good white tamer so far, it's pretty solid. Here we're going to see a memory boost get dropped, but does go use the other one to gain the memory to choke them a little bit. Simply because if they give Eosmon 5 memory, they can digivolve into that Mega, and that is going to be a bad time. So must decide what it's going to put into security here off this memory boost. Goes with the Holy Wave, since the Ultimate Flare is completely dead at this moment. If he swings for free with that Eosmon, there'll be 0 repercussions because that Ultimate Flare won't do anything. So it goes with the Holy Wave instead. Here we're going to see some Digivolving, and looks like just trying to get some draws. So continues to Digivolve and continues to get some draw power. Also being in the raising area will protect it, so it can go into its Mega more easily. Here we're going to see another Holy Wave get dropped here. Just a good, like, kind of passive solid card. We'll get that recovery. You know, you don't have to overcommit anything too major. Swings with that level 5 will allow them to play another level 5 from hand. Hits into a Wyvern Burst, which will clear that freshly played Eosmon. Does go ahead and do the Manoa trigger, as that was a little jump the gun on that security check there. Adds the Mega back to hand. I believe that was the one that was stacked to the bottom. Maybe not. I can't quite remember. So here we're going to see the Eosmon get Digivolved here on top of that. Adds a massive stack underneath it, and will pass the turn here. Does immediately get met with an Ultimate Flare, though, just to turn off all that security attack bonus. You know, as a security control deck, you know, normally you don't mind too much, but it is better to be safe, I would say, and not allow something with a bunch of security attack just to get easy swings or easy security checks. Here we're going to see that level 4 inheritable trigger and play another white tamer from hand. We saw that Matt and Ty get added just a bit ago. Starts to swing with the first one, but decides to go with the alternate instead. Simply because when you Digivolve into your Mega, you're going to want to put that Mega on whatever your biggest Eosmon stack is. So, decides to swing in, make sure there's nothing too terrifying in that security. Does remember to play the Eosmon off that swing. So, when that first Eosmon swung, he got to play a level 5 for free. Does go ahead and do that then. Kind enough to let plays like that slide. So this massive new Eosmon is going to come into the field. I believe security attack +3. Hits into a defeat there and a memory boost. And then nothing else of consequence. So, ouch. That is a massive Eosmon. Plays a Morphomon for 3 to pass turn. That is going to... then the Izzy is going to bump him up to 3. Decides to crash into the Eosmon as they're both 13,000 on their turn, and then use the defeats ability to clear the other one of the other Eosmons. So does a pretty good job of clearing the field, but pops 2 of the memory boosts, so gains 6 memory off of that, and then drops the Geogreymon to clear that Morphomon. What a turn. So Morphomon's going to trigger, reveal the top 5, add an Eosmon to hand. So continues to keep value at least, so that is important. And then drops a Magnadramon to heal back a little bit extra security there just to prevent them from dying. All those tie and mats, though, are going to bump them straight to 10 memory, though, very easily. Eosmon's going to go ahead and swing here. Not sure if they wanted to play something or not. Yeah, there they go. They quickly fix that, and then hits into the tactical retreat, which will just do a simple recovery. Here we're going to see that cutting edge get played, playing a Eosmon from hand, and that will go ahead and clear that Geo Greymon off field. So prevents security control from grabbing game overall. And then it's going to play out another Manoa, so we're going to get ready for a very, very big Mega coming out in just a turn or two, I would guess. Passes turn, Izzy and Joe bumps them back up to 5, always solid. Clears off that Eosmon. You gotta have that control for sure. Goes in, starts to play a Holy Wave, but then decides, no, Wyvern Burst is better here. If the opponent goes into their Mega and clears both security, then they'll have a second Eosmon to swing for game. So keeping Eosmon on only one Digimon on the field is definitely an ideal situation right now, especially with all those tie and mats going to be able to bump them up to insanely high memory every turn. And then there we do see that Eosmon get dropped. 5 Evo, going to add 1 Eosmon for every tamer, so that's going to be 7 in total, including the Izzy and Joe. And then gets to pop the Magnadramon, which is nice. Swings into, hits a Wyvern Burst for minus 15,000. I believe that Eosmon, it's sitting at 21,000 is what it ended up being at. It has 8 Eosmon underneath it. Just, wow. A 21,000 Eosmon hits into a Wyvern Burst and survives. Just absolute insanity. So it's going to continue checking security here. Hits just into a Gwalt Schwarmer, which only adds to hand, which could have really benefited in this case if it could have gone off. Gonna drop a Wormmon, so in case they do try to get some recovery again, it will, they need to do more than just recover 1 in this situation. Security control going to go ahead and use that last memory boost to bump them up. Drops yet another Geo Greymon, clearing that rookie off field. Now all they have to do is just get some sort of recovery. We do see the Wormmon trigger here. So it gets to add any level 4 or 5. There we see, I believe that's the last level 4 of the deck, I think. We see a few needle sprays being used in the deck so far. So adds that level 4 to hand. And then we do see the Holy Wave. So yeah, they needed to clear a body and recover 1 to survive another turn. So security control just hanging in there, just doing enough to stay alive. They did that 4 damage early on, but they just haven't been able to close out the game since then. Here we're going to see that Eosmon swing in, that big one. Hits into basically nothing. Plays a Terriermon. I bet they wish they played that Terriermon on the previous turn before that memory boost got played. Then decides to play a Needle Spray just to choke the memory a little bit. They're going to gain the 2 anyways, but it's better than letting them go to 3 and then 5. Here we see the final Salamon get drawn to the deck. For a little extra draw, we see a Tactical Retreat, which is like a pseudo recovery in this situation. 1 memory to essentially recover, and then we see another Geo Greymon come out to pop another rookie. Those Geo Greymons coming in absolutely clutch in this game for sure. So actually has it has 1 on field and 1 sitting in security here. Decides not to swing because that would give security control another Geo Greymon on field and the Salamon to come up. Even with the blocker, that would be 3 swings and that would not be enough. Here hits into another Manoa. Wow. So yeah, deciding not to swing there is what's keeping Eosmon alive. We see Gwalt Schwarmer come down. We saw it get added earlier. Clears. It got the security check and then goes ahead and clears off that blocker. Again, it's important to keep Eosmon at only 1 Digimon on field so it cannot close out. As long as you can keep them at 1 and continuously recover at least 1 security every turn, Eosmon just can't capitalize on it. But looks like they are all out of blockers. That was the final Kabuterimon of the deck. It's not going to be able to get enough attacks in, and we're going to see that Salamon, the final Salamon of the deck, get promoted, and we're going to see that rookie take that game. Wow, what a game. If you haven't checked our security control deck profile out, definitely do that. That's the deck I'm using here is the yellow-black version, which I'm really liking. I think it's the best of the three different profiles that I featured. We have Eosmon going to be coming next week, or not next week, at the end of this week, Friday or Saturday, depending on when I can get it uploaded. Internet's been pretty terrible lately, but just wow, what a match. I think this is the longest we've had on the channel so far. Just an absolute slaughter of just both sides. If you notice, Security Control drew its last card. This was Security Control's last turn. If they didn't win on this turn, and it had gone back to Eosmon, Eosmon would have passed and immediately won. Literally came down to the last turn for Security Control. They had just played that much. I believe Eosmon had like 5 cards left in deck or something very low itself. Just wow, what an insane game. Just a great matchup, honestly. Eosmon had a great matchup against Security Control. Super close. Just could not quite close it out there in the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would, please like the video and subscribe. Just a little bit of help goes a super long ways. It helps the channel out tremendously, gets my videos out there, gets them seen. And if you really want to support the channel, check out the links in the description below. I'll have a link for my Patreon, which is displayed right here. You can get access to my Discord server that I have, as well as you can get the memory markers that we've had. These are just a few of my favorites from the past that we've had. The current one, Impmon's baby, as well as Gabumon's baby as well, Sunomon and Yamon. These guys are super adorable. I definitely love them so much. And every month a new one changes out, so make sure you check that out. As well as we have our new playmats. This is why I recreated this video. It's because our playmats are here finally, and they are super cool. I alternate between the black and white every single month for whoever wants to support this tier, as well as I have a tier just higher than that, so that way you don't also have to lose out on a memory marker. You can get both the memory marker and the playmat just in case you want both. Super awesome support from everyone that has supported in the past and who will support in the future. You guys are awesome. Also, if you want to check out my merch, my Teespring link is in the description below for that. We've got, you know, the shirts that I wear on the channel that has the logo across. I love when I see people representing my merch in public. It is like one of the coolest feelings I've ever had in my entire life. Very awesome. As well as phone cases for you people that love Digimon like so much like I do. A friend of mine custom made all these to fit these specific phone cases themselves, so the prices are a little bit higher just because I have to pay her back, as well as make a little tiny bit of profit because of how much unfortunately they take for their cut for Teespring. But like I said, if you can't do any of that, please just like the video and subscribe to the channel. Every time we hit a new mile marker for subscriptions, I give out free merch of all different types. 2000K, I think we're doing one of the playmat giveaways, so definitely be subscribed and ready for when that comes.